Hello and welcome to G Fun Facts Online, where we dive into the science that's changing our world. Today we're talking about something you've almost certainly heard of, a topic that's exploded from medical journals into everyday conversation. The new generation of weight loss drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound. These aren't just another diet fad. They represent a seismic shift in how we understand and treat one of the most complex chronic diseases: obesity. So what if you could take a medication that communicates directly with your brain's control center, telling it you're full, reducing cravings, and fundamentally changing your body's relationship with food? That's not science fiction. That's the science of GLP-1 agonists, and we're about to do a deep dive. To understand how these revolutionary drugs work, we need to talk about a hormone your own body makes called GLP-1. Think of it as a master regulator for your energy system. When you eat, your gut releases GLP-1, and it does three amazing things. First, it tells your pancreas to release insulin, but only when your blood sugar is high. This is the smart part that made it a great diabetes drug, as it avoids the risk of dangerously low blood sugar. Second, and this is the key to weight loss, it travels to your brain, specifically to the hypothalamus, the region that controls hunger. It basically tells your brain, hey, we've got enough energy, you can stop feeling hungry now. This dramatically reduces your appetite. Third, it slows down how quickly food leaves your stomach. This means you feel physically fuller for longer after a meal. So you have this powerful three-pronged effect: better blood sugar control, a brain that feels satisfied with less food, and a stomach that stays full longer. The combined result is that people naturally eat less, without the constant gnawing hunger that makes traditional diets so difficult. It's a biological hack that works with your body's own systems. Now for the fun fact part of the story. The journey to these blockbuster drugs has a very strange beginning, involving a lizard. You see, our natural GLP-1 hormone has a problem. It only lasts for about 2 minutes in the body before it's destroyed by an enzyme. This makes it useless as a drug. But in the 1980s, researchers discovered a compound in the venomous saliva of the Gila monster. This compound, called EXENDIN4, was surprisingly similar to human GLP-1, but was much tougher. It resisted being broken down. This discovery led to the first GLP-1 drug, exenatide, approved in 2005 for diabetes. During the clinical trials, doctors noticed a consistent side effect: patients were losing weight. A lot of weight. This sparked a whole new line of research, culminating in the drugs we see today, like semaglutide, sold as Wegovy for weight loss, and tirzepatide, sold as Zepbound. The results from the clinical trials for these newer drugs are nothing short of breathtaking. We're not talking about losing 5 or 10 pounds. In the major STEP trials, people taking Wegovy lost an average of 15% of their body weight. Some trials combining the drug with behavioral therapy saw that number climb to 16%. Then came tirzepatide, a dual-action drug that hits both the GLP-1 and a second hormone receptor called GIP. The SURMOUNT trials showed that patients on Zepbound could lose an average of 16 to a staggering 22.5% of their body weight. These are numbers that begin to rival the effectiveness of bariatric surgery, all from a once-weekly injection. Of course, there's no such thing as a free lunch, and these powerful medications come with their own set of considerations. The most common side effects are gastrointestinal: nausea, diarrhea, constipation, and vomiting. This makes sense, as the drug is literally slowing your digestive system down. These effects are usually mild and tend to get better over time, but they are the primary reason some people stop taking the medication. There are also more serious, though much rarer, risks, like pancreatitis and gallbladder issues. All the drugs also carry a boxed warning from the FDA about a potential risk of a specific type of thyroid tumor based on studies in rodents. While this link hasn't been established in humans, It means people with a personal or family history of certain thyroid cancers should not use these drugs. You may have also heard of Ozempic face, the gaunt, aged look that can happen with rapid weight loss. This isn't a direct side effect of the drug itself, but a consequence of losing facial fat quickly. A more significant concern is muscle loss. When you're in a calorie deficit, your body can burn muscle along with fat. Some studies suggest up to 40% of the weight lost could be lean mass. This is why experts universally stress the importance of combining these medications with a high-protein diet and, crucially, resistance training to preserve and build muscle. But perhaps the most important conversation surrounding these drugs is what happens when you stop taking them. Clinical trials have shown unequivocally that when the medication is stopped, the weight comes back. In one study, a year after stopping semaglutide, patients had regained about 2/3 of the weight they'd lost. This isn't a failure. It's a profound demonstration that obesity is a chronic, biological disease. Just like you wouldn't stop taking blood pressure medication once your blood pressure is normal, these drugs are intended for long-term management, not as a short-term cure. This reality leads us to the biggest barrier: the price. Without insurance, a 1-month supply of Wegovy or Zepbound can cost between $1,000 and $1,300 in the United States. And insurance coverage is a minefield. While most plans cover the drugs for type 2 diabetes, coverage for weight loss is inconsistent at best, creating huge disparities in who can access these transformative treatments. The high demand and high cost have also fueled a dangerous black market for counterfeit products, which can contain anything from the wrong dose to entirely different, dangerous substances. So where do we go from here? The field is moving at an incredible pace. The current injections are likely just the beginning. Researchers are developing effective, once-daily oral pills, like orforglipron, which would eliminate the need for injections. Even more exciting is the development of multi-agonist drugs. The success of the dual agonist tirzepatide has paved the way for triple G agonists, like a drug in development called retatrutide. It targets GLP-1, GIP, and a third hormone, glucagon. Early data is mind-blowing, showing an average weight loss of over 24% in 48 weeks. That is firmly in bariatric surgery territory. But the future might be even bigger than weight loss. GLP-1 receptors are found all over the body, including in the brain's reward centers. The landmark SELECT trial already proved that semaglutide reduces the risk of heart attacks and strokes by 20% in people with cardiovascular disease, confirming its benefits go far beyond the number on the scale. And now, clinical trials are underway to see if these drugs can curb addiction to substances like alcohol by dampening the brain's reward response. And perhaps most exciting of all, researchers are investigating if these drugs can help treat neurodegenerative diseases like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's due to their anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects in the brain. So what's the takeaway? GLP-1 agonists are a true medical breakthrough. They have shattered old, stigmatizing ideas about obesity, proving it's a complex metabolic disease driven by biology, not a simple lack of willpower. But they are not a simple fix. They are powerful tools that come with side effects, a high cost, and the need for long-term commitment. Their true power is unlocked when they are used as intended, as part of a comprehensive plan that includes diet, exercise, and a strong partnership with a healthcare provider. This new frontier in medicine is incredibly bright, offering not just hope for managing weight, but potentially for treating some of the most challenging diseases we face. Thank you for joining us on Fun Facts Online.